train that does not stop. First of all, I'm not doing a song and dance. This is not that kind of Bollywood film. We would like to thank our lead sponsor, Bell, our major sponsors, RBC, Bulgaria, and Visa for their continued support, and of course, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto. Now, this film is eligible not just for the People's Choice Award, but the Midnight Madness People's Choice Award. That is one of 10 films that you control, TIFF.net/vote. And we'd like to thank WME Independent for providing us with this film. Folks, I'm wearing my red pants. I'm wearing my red pants, as Colin Geddes did, to signal that this movie is a bloody good time. And to help me introduce our two powerhouse producers that made this a reality, please put your hands together for Karan Johar and Guneet Monga Kapoor.
Hi, hello, my God. There's so many of you. This is truly time for Midnight Madness. I was just saying to Guneet that, normally we've all made so many feature films and we put all our blood, sweat and tears. This one has none of that. It just has blood, blood and blood. That's all. All of that. It's what I could essentially call blood porn.
We'd like to invite our director, Nikhil Nagesh Bhat.
Hi, oh my God, this is Klaus.
Thank you, Toronto. Thank you for coming out at midnight for celebrating this wild ride that you're all in. Thank you to all the TIFF volunteers who make this possible. Thank you, Toronto, for having us here. Enjoy the film, and we will see you right after.
Acknowledgement to our producers Apoorva Mehta and Achin, and a big thanks to Guneet for actually collaborating with Dharma Productions on this film. And also we have some tremendous talent, which you will see. First-time actor Laksh, please give him lots of love. And we have Raghav Juyal, who's done tremendous work and has in a totally different avatar in this film. Really excited to have everyone react to this. We have one big request, because this is the world premiere of the film. We just hope that you don't capture anything off the film on your video cameras.
Turn your phones off!
Yeah. Because the film actually hasn't, this is, as I said, the world premiere, and we don't want any of the content out, but we also don't want you to look away from the screen because so much will be happening, right?
Exactly. This is, I think, going to define a new style of action in India. It's incredible. Get ready for Kill! Did you guys fight backstage? What's happening? There it is! Alright, I'm sure you all have questions, but I'm going to start things off with, so an action movie sometimes is often defined by a great premise, and a train is a wonderful place to set an action film. What inspired the setting of a train for the entire duration of an action film?
Well, it comes with personal experience.
This is an autobiographical film?
No, not at all. When I was studying in university, I had to travel for almost 36 to 40 hours from my home to my university, some 2-3 times in a year. And once, when I was traveling, so the coach which was ahead of me and the coach which was behind me got robbed while I was blissfully sleeping around. Like, I was unaware, absolutely unaware. And when I woke up in the morning, I realized that the coaches were attacked by around 20-25 goons. And they were all from one family. And that stayed with me. And that's where the germ of this idea it came from.
Could you speak a bit about the set itself because what I love about the film is how every time they move to a different train car, you're also changing how the train car looks, and it's got a very different feel from set piece to set piece.
Yeah, that's because the entire, like, almost 90% of the film is set inside a train. We created a set which was completely collapsible. Like it was almost like Transformers. It collapses and then it comes back while we are shooting. So so there were times when in a shot when we were shooting, the wall had to move, and by the time that the camera moves around, the wall has come back. So there's so many times when there was action happening in front of the camera, there were other, like our set workers were behind the wall and pushing it, and the action was happening behind. So so our director of photography, Mr. Rafil Mahmood, so he lit it in such a way that there were no lights inside the set. There was only service lights, and he lit it using the lights which you actually see in the train. And every time, so like after Tulika dies, there's a conscious decision of dimming the lights because the story is becoming grimmer and grimmer.
It does become quite grim at that halfway point. I'd love to hear how you found your actors. What an incredible cast, and Lakshya, what a discovery.
We took this story to our studio, Karan and Apoorva at Dharma Productions, and there was a long conversation on the actor because we needed so much time from somebody for rehearsals, almost a year of prep for this role. And while we were auditioning, Dharma had also auditioned at Karan and Apoorva. They'd also auditioned series of actors, and they brought us Laksh, and it was an absolute joy and a discovery to work and collaborate with him for over a year, and to train and to be able to pull this off.
Laksh, what was that experience like?
And it's his first film.
Yeah, so thank you. It's my debut. That's my first film of my career, so I watched it with you guys only here for the first time. This is the first time watching this film. Talking about the experience, it was exhilarating. It was something beyond my words can describe it. I think when I met Sir in the office for the first time and he narrated the script to me, and the only question I had is that when are we starting? When did we start this film? I think I was working on some other project that time, but my whole attention, my brain was only occupied with his script and his narration that I got from him. So, I'm given a chance, I would do it all over again.
And I'd love to hear from you all about what do you feel is the essential ingredient that makes a great action film? As an actor, what's the element that you feel is most important that you're working the hardest on, and as a director too, what's that ingredient that you feel is very important? Producers as well.
I think it's prep. As an actor, I feel the more you prep, and the better you get for such films.
Yeah.
So
The choreography is incredible, and I feel like, yes, give it up. Incredible choreography. Was there certain fighting style inspirations that you wanted to feature or called upon, or could you maybe describe a bit some of the fighting styles that you both learned for the film?
actually, did you learn anything? I mean, he was playing himself.
क्या बोला क्या मैं समझा नहीं बहुत तेज
He
बोल
was
रहा
asking that. So we both had different fighting styles, of course, in the film. Like I'm a trained martial artist in the film, and he
yeah
was,
yeah I यार कोई क्या था
वही वाला।
yeah question क्या है
तुमने ट्रेनिंग की है?
yeah we trained for 9 months for action
He definitely did.
I trained for 9 months to how to get smashed 9 months of smashing training.
Incredible work, incredible work.
He's natural.
A natural performer. Or do we have questions from the audience? Yes, let's start over there.
So first, congrats on an amazing film. And so my question is for Raghav. But before that, I want to congratulate Karan for
It's okay.
Yeah, I guess the question is that you have such an amazing comic timing, and the movie is so serious, right? You're literally into the scene, and suddenly there's a punch coming from you. So, did you prepare for it? Did it just come naturally? Like, even now you have this comic timing, and you've been saying it for a very long time. But how was it within the movie? Because the movie is so serious, right? And suddenly you come up with those dialogues.
It's the question of the comic timing and comic writing to a film that is so grim, but you bring so much comedy to the film.
I think I will give this credit to my director and my writer, Nikhil sir and Aisha. Brilliant dialogues, brilliant writing. हम ज़्यादातर what we don't give justice, like we don't नजरअंदाज करते हैं, नजरअंदाज. Yeah, we don't give credit to the writers and the dialogue writers. And the dialogue written for me was by Aisha. And she's a woman, and she wrote dialogues which is from a man point of perspective, and crazy. So yeah, I just went there. I was just on my call time. I called for cheeseburgers, and I went into the set, and it happened.
We'll go right there and then to you. Yes.
What kill scene was your favorite?
What was everyone's favorite kill scene?
Yeah,
Or what was a memorable one from the actors to perform?
Especially the climate that you saw, beating him up is a joy. You know why? Because of this. And apart from that, there was one sequence in the bathroom that you saw.
The toilet drop?
Toilet scene.
The grease.
And seeing blood is something. It's quite nice.
Yes, over there.
I guess my question was just like, I was curious about like how difficult it must have been to set up like the fight choreography because like it's such a tight space, but so much happened all the time.
Yeah, it's such a tight claustrophobic space. What was the challenge of choreographing those sequences safely?
So we trained for almost 3.5, 4 months. And first we trained in normal space, and then we built a small set, and we trained over there. So our training took a really long time. You know, also, so Laksh is playing a commando who has a martial art training, but the rest of the 40 goons, they do not have any kind of training. They are street fighters. So for them to learn, and if you've seen, we needed actors. It was not possible for us to get stunt people to perform this because there was a lot of performance also.
So you have the henchmen like performing, like they're crying, they're grieving.
Yes. So we had to cast. We had to cast them. We had to cast actors and then train them. So it was all the more difficult because that's the reason why we took so much of time and we took so much of precaution so that they are well trained while we are performing, and by the time these 3-4 months, they become great fighters.
You know, also I'd like to share that our action director, our action choreographer was from Korea, Mr. O, and who came into India for all the rehearsals and then the shoot, and he's also the choreographer for Snowpiercer. So the idea was to bring hand compact and martial arts because this kind of a film and this genre is first time in India. So while we were leaning into that, it was important to get the best skill into the country and onto our set, which we were very, very happy to collaborate with Mr. O on.
Right at the back there.
So you mentioned Snowpiercer. Were there any other films that end up inspiring this film and the type of action and bringing it to India?
The inspiration.
So there are actually loads of films, right from 36 Chambers of Shaolin to Bruce Lee,
Raid.
The Atomic Blonde. So lots of Night Comes for Us. So there have been lots of films which have been inspiration. We have been greatly inspired by these films.
Right down there. Yes.
First of all, beautiful piece of Indian action cinema. I myself am a huge martial arts action films. I kind of noticed that this film is very similar to The Raid, Here Comes the Raid. So I'm just wondering if the cinematography was inspired by any kind of specific martial arts practices that you guys use
Again, a question about inspiration and about its similarities to The Raid. Or whether The Raid served as kind of an inspiration for some of the visual look and visual design.
Not really in terms of inspiration for cinematography, but yes, it's a confined space, and Raid also is confined space. So of course, there are similarities in that aspect.
Right there. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Two questions. One, really reminded me of like really late 70s, early 80s Hindi movies, the action, like a classic Disney movie, Haven't Seen That Forever. Were there any Hindi movies that
Were there any Hindi movies that inspired?
Burning Train.
Burning Train. So everybody go out and see that one too. Who are you wearing, Raghav?
Well, I was waiting for that question for so long. I'll be brief. Yes, Abhishek Sharma. I'm wearing Abhishek Sharma, and my talented stylist is Amandeep. Amandeep, yes.
Right there. Huh? Oh, we're gonna see the romantic movie now. Is that next for you?
Yeah, we both gonna play the romantic.
Action romance. Let's do it.
Next time you see, I'll be fighting.
Okay.
Never know.
Please put your hands together and remember to vote for the film at tiff.net/vote. Kill!
Wow!